Hey, what's up everybody? Alpha Finks here. I got some Magic 2013 gameplay and I'm using the black deck, the mono black here, the Obedient Dead deck. So this deck excels at really just killing the opponent's creatures early on, you know, it just kind of wipes them out. It's like a mono black control deck. What you try and do is kill all their guys and then get out your big hitters late game. Early on I just got stuff in this deck basically to stall them. So I'm just going to keep this hand. It's not the greatest hand, but I'm going to stick with it because I'm not going in for 6. Alright, so he's got black deck. Might be Exalted, might be black deck. Just mono black like I got here. And I have my Shade here, which is a good card. Good card to play. So I can always pump him up. I love getting that guy early on. So let's get him out there. Now if it is the black deck, it could have a murder that could kill him on the next turn, but I'm willing to risk it right now. If he doesn't play anything next turn, you know, I can just hit in there for some damage. Alright, 3 mana. Alright, and he's got the Spectre in deck, so I'm going to discard a land card here. But we do know he's running the mono black deck here, so we got a mirror matchup. Black versus black, Obedient Dead versus Obedient Dead. So let's see who made their deck better, basically. Who's going to get maybe a lucky draw in here, you know? He's playing... I don't have that Spectre card in my deck. I think it's kind of a waste to have that. So right now, he's either going to block and lose the guy, or he's going to take some damage. And I can always pump this guy. Yep. So, pump this guy up a bit. Alright. So he's knocking down the life already here. And see, here comes... I don't have that card in this deck either, so we're definitely playing different builds of the same deck here, so should be interesting to see how this works out. Lost my Shade here. I like that card. Don't really have any other creatures. I can get rid of his guy with this one. The Beetle. Draw some cards first, see if I get anything good. And I got Dread. I can use my Beetle. Get rid of his flyers. I don't want that guy keep coming in and hitting me for 2 every turn, you know. And then I could get this out eventually. Although the Fear's not going to help me on this. I mean, he won't be able to attack me because it'll kill his creatures. So that's a huge benefit there. And I love how cards like that are only 6 mana. You know, like some of the ridiculous cards, they were like 8, 9 mana or something. And then they just have this one, just 6 mana, awesome card, and that's it. I kind of knocked out all the real heavy hitters in this deck that were too much mana. I think the highest one is actually 6 because it's just too much to get up to those. Alright, he can pump this Shade that he's got. So I'm going to have to... Don't want him to take that damage from getting pumped from that. I got plenty of removal. I got 2 murders in my hand, destroy any creature, and I got the Tendrils of Corruption, which I'm going to save for later, so then when I actually use it, then I can gain some life here. So let's use some strategies here. I'm playing the black deck. I have to hold some stuff back here. If I just put everything I have on the board, he can just wipe it out with his removal spells. And if he's like me, he's got, you know, a ton of removal spells in that deck. So I gotta kind of play a little differently than if I was just playing against any other deck, you know. All right, so he's attacking with this guy, and let's see. I'm just gonna let him pump it, waste the mana, see if he pumps it, and then I would kill it after he pumps it because then he wouldn't be able to play something else that turn. All right, there we go. So now he can't get out, you know, one of his high-level creatures right there because he used all the mana up, and I didn't take any damage. And I still have the removal spells. Now we still got to look at... He was 4 cards in his hand, and I got 5 here, so... I do have some decent cards. I got a Nightmare right there, and I got the Dread. And I got this guy. Just get him out right now so I can deal some damage with him. I don't want to play, you know, the real good ones because... He's going to still have removal with that many cards in his hand. And I don't want to just lose him right away and have nothing left on the board. So the trick here is just going to be to hold on to stuff. See, he's got sacrifice a creature. Get rid of my Beetle. Does he have anything to kill my Angel Killer here? Alright, so that's 1 murder he's used now. And we're both down to nothing on the battlefield. I'm still comfortable with my hand, though. And I get the shade out. So this card's good because it gets me mana. I mean, I don't know how many you could have 4 in the deck maybe, but I only have 1 or 2 because it doesn't, for 4 mana for a 1/1. I know it pumps, but it's expensive for that. I really need it because sometimes I get stuck with the mana where I can't get that 6th or 7th mana, and that causes me a problem. So that's why this guy's in the deck. It also lowers, you know, your pile of 60 gets lowered. More likely to draw the better cards then if you got less swamps in your deck. You know, you're not going to be drawing swamps on turn 9, 10, you know, if it makes it that long. He's got 7 mana already, so at this point he can pretty much get out whatever he's got in the deck. And he plays the same card I had. Now he's only got... Oh, he's got 4 mana now when he plays that. He's got 4 more mana. But on my turn, when I attack, I can pump for more than he can. So I'm going to attack anyway. Oh, and I got another shade guy that I can pump. So let me attack, see how he reacts to this. He might just, you know, kill my guy with the spell. Alright, so he does actually block, which is kind of interesting. Let me just pump it 1 and see if he spends the mana. Think. Does he know that he can't pump him enough to save him? Because I don't think he knows it. Because why else would you block with that guy? Or even bother trying to pump him like this? And why would he just leave 1 mana like that? I don't know. This guy's... Now I'm just gonna mess with this guy a little bit, you know? You want to do that? I'll up him a little bit. Just a little bit. Nah. Up him all the way. Show him how it is. Yeah, now it's no good. You're not going to fake me out. Yeah, that does nothing. Your guy's dead. Obedient dead. And I still got my 1 guy on the board. Now, he's got to deal with this because if he leaves his board empty and I still have removal spells, this is going to hit in for a lot of damage because I can pump it up. Got so much mana. Oh, Rise from the Grave. Oh, man. What do I got in here? I mean, I got a 6/3, but he doesn't really have much. He's just got the Liliana Spectre. What's he taking, the 6/3? Alright, so I can deal with that. That's not that big of a deal. See, that's another reason. If I played, you know, a Dread or the Nightmare and he just used the Rise from the Grave on that, like, I'd be in a bad predicament right now. Although I do have the removal, but still, it'd be harder. I could have burned it earlier or something, you know, and don't want to throw out your best cards right away against a deck like this. So he blocks that, and he's just going to lose this guy. I mean, maybe he has, you know, a spell that can kill. If he can deal a couple bit more damage? Nope. It was a sorcery anyway in the black deck, so he can't. That's interesting. Like, why would you do that for 1 instead of tapping out all your mana and then not play anything? Alright, so he's gone already. I didn't even have to get to my power cards, you know? Like, I could just work him with this. I don't think he had enough removal in his deck, and he had some kind of weird plays in there for his, you know, his deck tech was a little weird. He could have lasted another turn if he pumped up that last spell, though. So now let me just finish this up against the AI. But see, this is, you know, the pumpable cards do really well against the black deck because they have to deal with them. They have to burn a spell on them to kill them. And when they don't have enough spells like this guy, then, you know. And look at this. I was set up. I had the Tendrils of Corruption. Would have gained life if I needed to. I could have killed another creature, gained some life. I had Nightmare I could have played. And then after the Nightmare, if he was able to deal with that, I could have played Dread. And he would have been done until he had another removal spell. So, I mean, it didn't seem like I had a great hand in the beginning, but it actually played out well, and I just got another victory. So that's a little bit of the strategy about, you know, playing against the black deck. You want to sit back, kind of be a little bit more reserved. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Thank you for watching. This is Alpha Finks, and I'm signing out.